The MVP this season will be big question mark. Welcome to episode 1 of Let's Talk Ball, powered by Dabble Fantasy. Today we got Justin on the co-host spot. JB, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Excited to be here.
How are you excited for episode 1? Are you
I sure am.
a little nervous or not?
I'm a little nervous. You know, we already had a podcast for a little, and then we're getting back into it, so I'm a little nervous.
Heavy into it. Well, it's a great start, I think. The NBA has about 5 weeks left. There's a real debate right now between Shai and Jokić for MVP. They actually played yesterday. Shai outplayed Jokić, and the Thunder got the win. I think the Thunder are the most complete team in basketball besides the Boston Celtics. But maybe you could say they're even better. But I want to hear your thoughts. Like, who do you think should be the MVP? Should Jokic's 30-20-20 game make it so, you know, the odds split in half after just one game? Like, what are your thoughts on how the media covers it? Who do you think is going to win the MVP? And just spill.
You know, I think SGA should win the MVP. I like what Jokić does. He is a triple-double machine. He's pretty efficient. Yeah. He does everything good. Denver's a good team. But I think they should switch it up. Don't give it to a big man.
Okay.
And give it to Shai.
Okay, so Jokić pretty much averages better numbers except for scoring-wise compared to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Obviously, the Thunder are the number one team in the West. And a lot of people are saying them being the number one team in the West puts Shai above. I think Shai right now is minus 340 to win the MVP, and Jokić is like plus 260. I'm looking at his stats right here. Shai's averaging 33 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists per game. And the whole like free throw merchant thing, does that weigh in your factor of like the MVP, or do you think he gets the line because nobody can guard him? Like, it's just a part of the game.
I don't think that can weigh into it. I see what you're saying, though. Like, people are going to say, like, maybe stat pads. But, I mean, like you said, that's part of the game.
Right.
He chooses where he wants to get to his spots. If he gets fouled, it's because people, like you said, people can't guard him.
Absolutely.
You can't.
And I think
from him.
if you disregarded that from Shai, then you have to take it away from like Jalen Brunson and prime James Harden, like these players who are known to, I wouldn't say flop, but I would say get their way to the free throw line. So I don't think just because Shai does it more often than Nikola Jokić, like in that 30-20-20 game, Jokić only had 3 free throws. Like, don't get me wrong, that was probably the craziest game of 2000 on, or maybe ever since Wilt's 100-piece game. But I don't think that one game should factor into the MVP conversation now. In the next 5 weeks, if Jokić, averages 30, 20, and 20, obviously the odds are going to change. But that just is unhumane. They actually play again tonight in Oklahoma City. I don't know why the NBA does that. They have back-to-back games in the same place, 2 same teams. But I think tonight, again, if Shai outperforms Jokić, like these last 5 weeks are really going to, especially for people who are voters, the media, people like us, are going to factor in their decision of the MVP. So I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being the MVP.
Same here. I mean, that's good with me.
You like it?
I like it a lot. He also plays both sides of the ball. Like, he's a very good defender, perimeter guy.
I actually think a lot of people don't realize how good of a defender Shai actually is. And Jokić is not a great defender. Like, he's a decent defender. You're right. He's slow. He's big. He's slow. But I think Jokic's offensive side of the ball obviously outweighs his defensive side. But yeah, I think Shai is definitely an elite defender as well. But let's I think we both agree that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is our MVPs of this season so far with 5 weeks left. I think if Jokić, obviously, there's stuff Jokić can do for it to close the gap. But let's talk about dark horses for the MVP. So obviously it's between Shai and Jokić. Okay, but for fun, if you were to pick an MVP besides Shai or Jokić, who would your MVP be?
I got Brunson. I mean, he took that New York team to another level, I think, this season. I mean, it sucks. He just got hurt.
Right.
He might be out for 2 weeks. He's out for 2 weeks at least, maybe even more. So that's going to hurt his case. But I think right now it would be Brunson, but it's some chances.
Yeah, no, I think the New York Knicks are surprising a lot of people this season. Obviously, they bring in Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, but Mikal Bridges is playing just as good as me for the New York Knicks. Like, he's just been absolutely abysmal for the last 5 weeks or something. Like, he hasn't scored above 15 points. Karl-Anthony Towns, obviously, absolute beast. All-star starter this season. But Jalen Brunson really has elevated his game to the next level, and he plays like 38 to 40 minutes per game. So I don't know off the top of my dome his scoring numbers. I don't know if you do, but
he's averaging 27 right now.
I mean, averaging 27. I'm sure he's averaging a few rebounds and a few assists as well. On the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, and although this Knicks team is a little abysmal against top seeds. Like I think they're like 0-3 versus the Lakers, 0-2 versus Celtics, 0-2 versus the Cavs, and there's like another team thrown in there. I can see Jalen Brunson making a case, especially like we're saying besides if Shai and Jokić didn't exist, who would be the next MVP? I have another Eastern Conference forward. I have Jason Tatum. Now, a little biased, yes, I am a Celtics fan. But what Jason Tatum is doing right now, especially his last 5 weeks, has been the best basketball Jason Tatum has ever played. He just played on the same court as Luka Doncic and LeBron James and was the best player by far. The numbers don't lie. 40-piece, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Jason Tatum is making his case for the MVP. And I think he should be in the same consideration as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokić. I don't think he gets enough love. I really don't. What else does this man have to do? He's averaging like 28, 7, and 6 or some shit like not even 7. I think he's averaging like 8 or 9 rebounds. Like he's averaging almost triple-double on, in my opinion, maybe not record-wise, the best team in the NBA. I don't know. Am I just being super biased as a Celtics fan?
Were you at that? It sounds like you were almost at that Lakers-Celtics game.
Oh, I was. The pictures will be on the screen. Yeah, I saw the anomaly in action. I saw the GOAT. I saw Luka.
Oh, you saw Taco play?
Oh, I saw Taco. Really I saw Taco J. I saw a big deuce. But yeah, no, he played elite. I think again, like you said about Shai, what Shai has that Jokić doesn't is the defensive side of the ball, and I think Tatum's defense has been great. It's not on the same level as Shai, but I think his passing and playmaking ability has really rose in the last 5 weeks. Like, obviously, I don't think Tatum should be the MVP. I think he should be in talks and consideration as like that third guy on the list besides Shai, Jokić, Tatum. And I think he is around that 3 range right now, odds-wise, but his playmaking ability, like, he's pretty much a walking double-double every night, which is something that, coming into the season, we didn't think Tatum had in his bag. But I don't know if you feel the same way. I know you're a little on the hate side of Tatum, but I think you can recognize his last 5, 6, 7 weeks in the league, really since Christmas. So that's like 3 months. But what do you think besides...
I see where you're coming from. I think Tatum can make a case, but it's going to be hard for him because he really does. I don't like him just because of my own reasons, and like I like Golden State, but he really does get like the shit end of the stick with the media, with votes. So I think it's going to be hard for him. Right.
Do you think Tatum will ever have a chance to win the MVP? Like, do you think there'll be a season where he's in like you know how we have Jokić and Shai right now? Could it ever be Jokić and Tatum or Shai and Tatum or Luka or Tatum? Like, do you think Tatum could ever have that MVP type season where he actually could be considered? Because I don't think this season he's actually being considered for the MVP.
I think he could. I mean, he's a great player. He puts up great numbers. He plays on a great team.
And I think they will be great for the next 5 to 10 years, like as long as they have Brown and Tatum.
I mean, I think if they win, like, if he has more team success, that the more like individual accolades will come.
Right. I think that's very true, and I think we've seen it in the past with other players. But yeah, I think maybe down the line, it's going to be hard when you play in an era with Giannis, Jokić, Shai, Luka to win the MVP. But I think later down the line, like if the Celtics can win 65 plus games and he's averaging 38 and 7, like it's hard not to give the MVP to that guy.
No, 100%. I think it will go to him one day, but
you think
probably not this.
So you think by the time it's all over, Tatum will have at least one MVP on his belt?
At least one, and you can lock that in. I'll put 1,000 on it.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. It's now time for our daily dabble. Every single time on the show, we're going to do a live dabble entry, and the link in the description is a way to get 10 free dabble dollars when you use my code AllTalkSports on Dabble in the App Store. Tonight, there's not a lot of great games, but let's see what Justin cooks up. Justin, let me hear your first pick.
I'm going Trae Young, points plus assist.
What's his line at?
It's 39.
Okay.
And I am taking more.
Okay, more than? Okay.
More than.
All right, my pick, the Celtics play the Jazz. Now, the score is going to be like 150-4. So I'm going to take Jaylen Brown's less than because I don't think he's going to play a lot of minutes. I think like the bench players are going to come in and score. So I think it might be a rest night for Mr. JB. I'm taking the less than. Now, if you didn't know, Dabble is pretty much like a social page for sports picks, and it's literally amazing. You can see my picks, Justin's picks, anybody's picks. It's like a For You page. It's got everything. It's got a banter chat. So check it out today with the link in my bio.
All right, now, like you said, you think it's going to be a rest night. I think Al Horford's going to have a big night.
Okay.
I got a weird feeling in my gut.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes.
I got his assist. The line's at 2. Give me the more. I'm slamming the more.
You think he's going to get 3?
I think he's
going to get 3. Let's do it. All right, lastly, we do have the Thunder Nuggets tonight. That's probably the best game of the night. Yesterday, Shai dropped 40, and he's had 3 40 pieces the last 3 games. Give me Shai more than 34 points. All right, so $10. The payout's $100. We're placing the entry right now. Now, if you want to ride that as well, because this is going to go live around 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, check it out today. The link in my bio. Justin, anything you want to say to the viewers who are going to stick around till episode 100, 200, 250?
To the moon. This is going to the moon.
This is going to the moon. Guys, we're extremely excited. This is another creative outreach of content that we're trying to produce this year. JB will be on here. Gary will be on here. Thomas, when he's free, will be on here. I'm super excited to have this platform. Appreciate Dabble for sponsoring us. And I'm ready to create the best style of content. And, this summer's going to go crazy. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe for more. Peace.